Hi my friends, it's Kendy Jane and happy Skincare Sunday. This is our first installment of our 4-part series of marching into great skincare in March. And we're going to learn something new today, hopefully, or something you already know. But if you're new to my channel, I just want to say, if you see me using this gadget, it's a magnifier. I am legally blind. I worked for 32 years in an office. I have a finance degree, but through just the tragedy of losing my eyesight, I could no longer work. So I decided to start doing videos of makeup and skincare because it's my favorite thing in the world. I do a lot of research and I try to bring you the latest facts on everything. I am not a makeup artist I'm not a makeup artist, but I know how to research and I know how to find out things, and I know a lot about makeup and skincare because I'm just so interested in it. So before we begin, I just want to ask everybody to subscribe if you would like to learn more about aging skin and what you should be doing and some new products and testing of these new products. Hit that subscribe button and you won't be sorry. So let's go on and get to this first episode of my skincare series. Today we're going to talk about wrinkles and fine lines in our face. What causes these? Well, the first thing everybody knows is aging. As we age, the elastin and collagen in our skin cells starts to diminish. And these are the binders that hold them together weakens. And we get fine lines and wrinkles. The second thing is the sun. The sun is not good, and I'm a product of, I graduated high school in '85. I'm 51 years old, and my generation loved to lay out in the sun. I still do to this day, love laying out in the sun, but I don't do it anymore. I use self tanners, and you should use sunscreen anytime you walk out of your house. It is so dangerous. I even had something on my back one time that was suspicious that they removed. I think it could have turned cancerous, but I'm not surprised because I worship the sun. Recently, Stephanie Nicole did a really good in-depth video on skincare. I'm going to link her channel in that video down below, and I really encourage everyone to watch it. She is one of, if not the best YouTuber online. She's like me. She likes to learn the facts, and she's straight up. If you're not subscribed to her, you're missing out. But anyways, the sun is the second reason we have wrinkles on our face, and the third reason is because of our facial expressions. We smile over and over. When I smile, I have every wrinkle up here comes out. But that is, from doing it over and over, it just makes fine lines and wrinkles. So what can we do about this? What if I was to tell you there is a proven method, or shall I say serum or cream, that can get rid of these? Would you run to the doctor and get a prescription? Well, everyone should be, because in the late 60s, so that would be 58 years ago, Dr. Albert Kingman from University of Pennsylvania developed, he was the head of the dermatology department at University of Pennsylvania, and he developed Retinoid, which is a derivative of vitamin A, which is retinoic acid. The prescription for this is retin-a, and now there's quite a few of them. I can list them in a minute, but he developed this retinoid, and it's a retinoid, and it's turned into an acid, and it was developed for acne treatment, and the FDA approved it for acne treatment, and for 18-20 years it was prescribed by dermatologists for acne, and it worked well. Well, all of a sudden they started noticing these people who were using it for acne, their fine lines and wrinkles were smoothing out. Their skin was becoming thicker, and it had a better, brighter appearance. And thus came the treatment for fine lines, wrinkles, dark spots. So that's when it started being used for that treatment. Now there's 3 different kinds that dermatologists can prescribe. So he developed the retinoic acid, and they now used it for treatment. So what did this retinoid do, or this retinoic acid do for the skin? One, it minimized fine lines, and the deep, severe wrinkles were lessened. It also brightened the skin and made it smoother. And it also, if you have any dark spots on the skin from the sun, it eventually gets rid of those dark spots. One dermatologist said everybody should be on a retinoid. There's no reason why, especially women who care about their skin, shouldn't be using a retinoid. So I thought that was very interesting. You know, my daughter is 18 years old and has very fair skin. Now they say people with fair skin are the most susceptible to fine lines and wrinkles because the sun is just so hard on people with fair skin. Okay, let's talk about the difference between the retinoid over the counter and the prescription retinoid. If you're on a prescription retinoid, it is 100 times as strong as one over the counter. It should work on your skin in 3 to 8 weeks, whereas an over the counter retinoid might take 3 to 6 months. And another reason that might be is because when you purchase the over the counter retinoid, it is not in the retinoic acid form. It has to, it's given to, you put it on your skin and it has to go through that phase first, whereas the prescription one is already in that form. And buyer beware. The FDA is only required to tell you on the over-the-counter products if it's harmful to your skin. They don't, the brands are not required to tell you how much retinoid is in the product for the over-the-counter brands. So if you buy a product and it says has retinoids in it, you don't know how much is in it. So before I would buy any kind of product with a retinoid in it, if you're going to buy over the counter, I would try to find something. I know The Ordinary says there's 2% emulsion in their brand. It says gram active retinoid, 2% emulsion. So this one is at least saying how much is in it. And I just started this one. I know The Ordinary does not get all good grades. It's but it's so cheap. I'm gonna try this one. But I do have a doctor's appointment and I'm gonna try to get retin-a. But I have been on this one for about a week, I guess I started. And another brand that is, they say it works in 4 weeks. And I'm gonna start tonight to try this, and I'll let you know in 4 weeks. I'm gonna take before and after pictures. It's the Olay Pro Retinol Eye Treatment. And they did a study, they say, and they put retin-a on the patients, and they studied the patients with the retin-a, and they did studied them with this on, and they're saying they had the exact same results. So I'm anxious to see for myself how well this does. This is $25, and everybody knows the ordinary is very cheap. So I'm going to use these two to see how it works. In 4 weeks, we'll see what happens. But that is the reason why over-the-counter takes so much longer than prescription. I have my notes here if you see me turning them. That is the difference between them. And if you're going to get on a retinoid, make sure that you don't use any hydrogen peroxide with it, or take any sulfa drugs or products, use any sulfa products, and you cannot mix salicylic acid with it. And of course, if you're breastfeeding or pregnant, I would not use any kind of thing on my face or ingest anything unless I checked with a doctor first. I know when I was pregnant, I didn't even drink caffeine, but I'm sure most people who are pregnant know this. And if you're on diuretics, you cannot be on diuretics to take a retinoid. You cannot take tetracycline or Cipro or any kind of sulfur drug. So before you start any kind of retinoid, if you're doing any of these things, if you really want to do it, I would check with a doctor first before I did it. Okay. There are 3 types of retinoids. Retinoid is the first one, and it is the strongest. Some of the name brands are Adeline, Avita, Retin-A, Retin-A Micro, and Renova. The second type is Trazrotine, and it's the strongest. And those are Avenge and Trazera. And then the third one is Adapaline, which is different, which is now used over the counter for acne treatment. Now, the side effects of using a retinoid, it does make your skin, sometimes it makes your skin red or flaky, and there's a small percentage of the population who have sensitive skin that can never use it. So I know I've had trouble with vitamin C already, so I'm sure when you go to the doctor they put you on the smallest dose, which I read is a 0.1 dose of it. So I'm going to see how sensitive my skin becomes with it, and I'm going to let everybody know. I think everybody needs to be on a retinoid. I think everybody should at least try one of these products, because there's not many things that are proven such as this. I mean, you've had 68 years of people using this. So I think it's one of these things that you think about and you think, why haven't I been doing this? So if anybody has any additional questions about this, please leave it in the comments. I just was, I started using it because I wanted to, I had done some Botox years ago, and it's been 5 years, I don't even know how long it's been since I've done it. I may do it again, just haven't done it in a while, and I'd like to do something about the bags under my eyes, but I think if I lose weight, I might lose some of that, which I plan on doing. But this is a sure thing, a proven way to get rid of wrinkles, and I think everybody should try it at least. And if you are sensitive to it, there's ways you can like wean yourself on it. If you do have sensitive skin, I would start over the counter first. You can put it on. You can do the test where for 2 weeks, try it 2 times a week, and if it starts to burn, wash it off and try it like twice a week and see if it gets better. And as it gets better, you can increase it, or if it doesn't get better, you know, you may not be able to use it. But that's all I have to say about that. I think everybody should be on this stuff, or at least try. If you have sensitive skin, it might be hard, but I will be trying these 2 out, and I will show you the before and after pictures in about 4 or 5 weeks to let you know how it did. But thank you so much for watching. I hope I stuck to my 10 to 15 minutes here. I didn't want to have long videos, so thank you for watching, and until next time, bye.